Hi friends, welcome to this latest episode of the Nationalist View. And in the India and the World segment, we have with us a very special guest today, Salahuddin Shoaib Choudhury Sahab from Bangladesh. You're welcome, Salahuddin Sahab. And he is a fellow journalist. He is editor of one of the topmost weeklies of Bangladesh, Blitz, which is very well known for its especially investigative journalism and hardcore reporting from the ground level. And he has broken many stories. He's a veteran journalist. And today we are going to talk to him about what is happening in Bangladesh, what is the ground level situation, what are the key factors. So, Salahuddin Saab, first I want to thank you from our team side and from our viewers that you have taken time out of your busy schedule to be with us. And we'll start with this thing that we have seen, one ISKCON monk was arrested, and then there have been attempts to ban ISKCON, though the Bangladesh High Court has rejected it. Indian government has also expressed concern, and today's newspapers in India have reported that two more monks have been detained or arrested. The status is not known yet, as far as we in Indian media are concerned. So, what is and then there was a demonstration apparently in one of the university, apparently Dhaka University, by a section of the student organization demanding a ban on ISKCON, and there's several such demonstrations which are happening apparently. So, what is happening? Why ISKCON is on the receiving end?
Thank you very much. You know that the chief of the revolutionary Islamist regime in Bangladesh, Mohammed Yunus, he is known as a Trump hater because he has clear connections with the Clintons, Obama, Soros, etc. So this the aspiration of Mohammed Yunus and his cohorts in the United States actually had a nosedive on 5th of November when Kamala Harris could not make it and Trump won the election. And onwards for them, the biggest bad news was Donald Trump's announcing the name of Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence. You know, and I know, and both all of us know that this is a very key position. So now for Yunus and the Obama and Clintons and Soros, their main agenda is to stop Gabbard from becoming the Director of National Intelligence. And because of the Gabbard's kind of the affections towards ISKCON, Yunus wants to ban ISKCON and designate it as a terrorist entity in Bangladesh so that this instance can be used by the Democratic senators during the confirmation hearing of Tulsi Gabbard. So this is not exactly the war of Yunus against the Chinmay Krishna Prabhu or the monks of the Hindu community, but it's a direct war of him, or I should say, it's a strategic war of him against Tulsi Gabbard.
So, my next question is that how do you see this panning out post Trump taking over? Trump is expected to take over by January 20th. So, do you see a dramatic turnaround in the situation? And do you think that there is a desperate attempt over the next 1.5 months to do whatever they can do on behest of the current US regime? To carry forward, the agenda or the anti-India or the anti-Hindu agenda. So, do you see a qualitative change happening? Because you have been there as a veteran, you have seen governments come and go. So, but in the post-Trump, in the Trump era, do you see a qualitative significant change happening in Bangladesh government's policies?
First of all, as we have seen during the campaign, there were 3 assassination attempts on Trump. And as you said, that these the Biden outgoing Biden administration. It is now 49 days to go from today. So within these 49 days, the Democrats and their cronies throughout the world, including Mohammed Yunus, they will try multiple conspiracy attempts. They cannot stop Trump, but to somehow make things difficult for him. But as we, you and I, and all of us know Trump, he is a man of action. And Trump has already categorically said on the occasion of the Diwali that the Bangladesh is in total chaos, and he has condemned the barbaric atrocities on Hindus in this country. And I'm sure that immediately after he assumes office, maybe even on the first day, to my knowledge, information, Trump is going to sign several executive orders on the very first day. And possibly we can all expect that there will be a very tough love letter for Yunus from Trump on the very first day, and which should be punitive tariff, 30 to 35% on all exports from Bangladesh, and also sanctions on Yunus and quite a large number of his colonels.
So we have had a lot of chatter about Jamaat-e-Islami's role on the ground, but there is another outfit called Hizbut Tahrir. So not much has been. You might be discussing a lot about it in Bangladesh, but as compared to Jamaat-e-Islami, there's not much which we have talked about Hizbut Tahrir. So what is Hizbut Tahrir's role on ground and in the current state of affairs, because it is considered to be a radical kind of a global Islamic organization which has now a strong footprint in Bangladesh. So if you can throw some light on this for our viewers.
Hizbut Tahrir has very strong foothold in Bangladesh, in UK and many other countries, and it's a pan-Islamic organization which promotes caliphate and it completely denounces democracy. And another organization in Bangladesh, which is Hifazat-e-Islam, it also promotes caliphate and it also denounces democracy. So two of the main, there are three elements with Yunus at this moment: Jamaat-e-Islami, Hifazat-e-Islam, and Hizbut Tahrir. So Hifazat and Hizbut, they are anti-democracy, pro-caliphate, and Jamaat-e-Islami, again, we know it is actually the offshoot of Muslim Brotherhood. So in that sense, again, it is also against democracy. So these conglomerates of ultra-Islamists, they are trying to advance a blueprint of turning Bangladesh into an Islamist nation, Talibanized nation. Not Talibanized nation exactly, they want to turn it into a caliphate. But in my understanding, with my very limited understanding, if we have seen following the Arab Spring, what happened in Egypt, that immediately after the Arab Spring, there was Muhammad Morsi of the Muslim Brotherhood put into power, and less than a year, he was ousted by General Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, and eventually Morsi died in the jail. I can only say that a similar pattern of Egypt is going to repeat in Bangladesh. But of course, Morsi got 1 year. The timing could be different here. It's not 1 year, it's much less than 1 year.
So, but there also seems to be a lot of threat for people like you and other people who are speaking their minds and who are independent voices and who want to retain the democracy in Bangladesh and not let it go the way things have gone in Afghanistan or in many other Islamist countries. What is the scenario there for the independent minded intellectuals and people who really are secular and who want basically a secular democratic Bangladesh. So, are the numbers shrinking? What kind of threats these people face, and what the international community can do to ensure their safety?
The number of people who are against Islamism, there is a distinctive difference between Islam and Islamism. So, out of this 180 million population in Bangladesh, there are roughly 200 million, 20 million Hindus, and rest of are Christians and all. So, technically, let's say there are 160 million Muslims in Bangladesh. Should they be in favor of Islamism, Bangladesh would have never become Bangladesh. Bangladesh would remain East Pakistan, or Bangladesh would have already become Afghanistan. So majority of the people, they are not Islamists. They don't support Islamism. They are just Muslims. And the number of these radicals ultra Islamist segment is very low, very few. But as I told in many shows that our situation is like a aircraft with 500 passengers and 4 hijackers. They make everyone hostage. So the country is held hostage by these Islamists, and hostage situation is always not permanent. It is not in permanent, not also will be permanent in Bangladesh. Now, about those people like us who are talking unpopular opinion. So it is not in Bangladesh only. You have seen how Salman Rushdie was attacked in United States. So Islamists and jihadis, they are evils. They are in every society in the world, no matter which country it is. And people who are telling the truth. For example, when I have been saying for 30 years that madrasas are the breeding grounds of jihadis, and I have faced sedition, treason, and blasphemy charges. I was in jail for 7 years by BNP, Jamaat, and all. And when I say Quran, the verses of Quran need reform, and when I say the concept of 72 virgin, the religion which pursues the concept of 72 virgin is the religion of perversion. And I'm saying this, I'm not infidel, I'm not non-Muslim, I'm Muslim, but I'm saying that I don't support political Islam. Quran should not be brought into the politics, and how a country should be ruled here, Quran should not be brought in. So the problem for this world is political Islam, not Islam. There are majority of the people in the world, Muslims also, they're peace-loving. And problem is with those who are preachers and followers of political Islam. So in Bangladesh, this situation, hostage situation, is very temporary. As I can say, I have just said in another show that Muhammad Yunus' life expectancy is 49 days. I mean, 49 days exactly. But any specialist doctor cannot say that a patient in life support or wherever, he will exactly be surviving those days. He can pass out far before, but not after the deadline. So this is the end game of them, and they are desperate. They will be trying a lot of things, and we need to only stay strong.
So, one the last question which I wanted to ask. So, what is now actually the situation on the ground in terms of violence, especially against minorities by the radical Islamists? So, is it still continuing? There sporadic incidents, and what kind of environment is there in terms of the fear psychosis or the insecurity amongst the minorities? So. Uh, if you can just give us an overview of like overall what is happening basically in Bangladesh on ground.
You see, this in Hindi, what we say, the Hindu Shakti Jagut hai. Bangladesh, in Bangladesh, Hindus have waken up. They have learned how to raise voice. They have learned how to remain on the street despite atrocities, despite brutalities, despite murders, despite vandalisms. They have learned to revolt. They are on the street peacefully. They are not doing any destructive acts. So this is the best sign for the Hindus in this country. And Bangladeshi Hindus are not looking for Hindus in anywhere in the world to support them. No, they are fighting for their own survival because ये हमारे देश के भूमिपुत्र हैं. वो अभी कह रहा है कि हम बांग्लादेश छोड़ के जाएंगे नहीं, which they used to say previously that we would flee to some country. Now they are not ready to go. Why they will go? And when human population of around 18 million understand their rights as Bhumiputra and they make a firm and determined decision, no one can eliminate Hindus from this country, and Hindu power will continue to grow. But of course, I would also humbly request you and everyone in the media to please just extend your voice for the Hindus in Bangladesh, whether you are in United States or in UK or in India or Brazil or France or Germany or Saudi Arabia. Please raise your voice. Hindus are not looking for your money. Hindus are not asking you to come here to fight for them. Hindus are not asking you to give them shelter. They just want your support. So if you are on the YouTube, if you are on the social media, if you are on the print and electronic media, do something for them. And that will give them the power, the courage, and the reason to win.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chaudhary, and we'll keep on coming back to you over the next, not only over the next few days, but continuously because Bangladesh is an important neighbor of India, and it's also a significant a player in South Asia and globally also. And now because its economic might has also improved significantly over the last at least a decade and a half. So Bangladesh is a very, very important player to watch, and we'll keep on basically, monitoring what is happening there, and especially take your perspective and analysis on this thing. And thank you so much for joining with us. And for our viewers, if you have any questions for Mr. Chaudhary, so you can put it in our YouTube description box. We'll share it with Mr. Chaudhary and try and get back answers for you. And if you like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and we'll be back soon with next week or soon with another episode of this program. And we'll take up another issue, geopolitical issue. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Mr. Chaudhary, once again. Thank you.